Belal Muhammad, about a week removed from that big win over Damian Maia, an absolute legend of the sport. You've had a little time to soak it in. I'm sure maybe go back and watch the fight a little bit. What's your thoughts on it now, the performance that you turned in?
Man, feel good about it. Like you said, he's a legend of the sport. He's one of those guys where you watch every single one of his fights. He always has guys in very bad positions. Like even Usman, he put him in a bad spot. Gilbert Burns took his back, mounted him. Like he had all these guys in terrible positions. But for me, I was training for all those positions, worried about all those positions, but never got put in any bad positions. So felt very good about the performance. And I feel like I showed a lot of people that I'm one of the top contenders in the game right now, especially showing a different side, my grappling side, my anti-wrestling side, and showing these top dogs that are wrestlers that you got something to worry about.
Yeah, no question. You said it. You never really got yourself in any bad positions, which I guess is kind of what you have to do against Damian Maia, right? Because he only needs to get you in one bad position. So I do wonder, is there I don't know if panic's the right word, but like a special kind of a sense of urgency? I mean, when he's got his hands on you that you're thinking like, oh my God, one mistake and I'm done here.
Yeah, literally, man. I was like getting so stressed out during training camp. Like the beginning of my training camp, I'm like, everybody's telling me, oh, you need to get a high-level jiu-jitsu guy. Bring a high-level jiu-jitsu guy and bring a high-level. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm messaging guys. Like I messaged Rafael Lovato. I messaged JT Torres. But like I was like, yo, I'll fly you out, pay you guys to come down. But JT came for like one day, but he couldn't stay longer. And then Lovato, like both of them were getting married. I'm like, oh, everybody's getting married now. Now it's wedding season. And I kept saying no, and I was getting stressed. I was like, man, I can't get nobody could come. And I was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm not going to play that game of worried about Damian Maia because I'm not going to learn the jits that Maia has. And even if I get taken down, I'm not going to play jits game anyway. So it's all about getting up and wrestling. And I've wrestled my whole life. I know how to wrestle. I train with really top wrestlers. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to play the game of keeping it on the feet and just avoiding the takedown. And like the whole camp was just basically not getting taken down and staying, like you said, keeping at a good distance where I'm safe, but I can still hit them.
Yeah, that's that floor is lava mindset, right? You just got to repeat that mantra over and over.
It literally, like I had to put that in my phone. I was like telling myself like the same thing. We're not going to take it out. We're not going to take it down. But then when I saw them doing that mantra with the other people, like, you know what? This would be hilarious.
That was good, man. Always on point on social media. Your game's always good there. So talk to me what you did after the fight, man. I know you're a hardcore. You live this sport, man. You're watching it. Did you take any time off at all, or was it right back to the gym?
Man, literally, like we stayed down there an extra day, and then my family wanted to go a hike, what's called Camelback Mountain, and I'm like, bro, and they're like, you didn't get hurt, let's go. And I'm like, all right. So we got there. It was like 118 degrees outside, and then it was like midday, like 12 o'clock. We get there, and then the parking lot's closed off. It says rescue in progress. I'm like, rescue? What's going on? Like somebody passed out at the top of the mountain from the heat, and I'm like, yo, let's go to breakfast, dude. This is not good. No, everybody came out here. This is a beautiful hike, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, oh, my God. So then literally I just hiked that with so much anger in me. And it was so hot. And then we went down with like 10 of us hiked it. And then we were dropping like flies. After like 5 minutes, one of us went back down. The other person went back down. The other person went back down. And I'm like, oh, my God. So I ended up making it to the top like in an hour and a half and coming back down within an hour. And it was like steaming hot. And I was like, man, I can't believe I'm doing this the day after my fight. But it was that end of, like the view was beautiful, but it was stupid.
That literally doesn't sound safe, Belal. That does not sound like a smart idea.
Literally the park ranger's like, what are you guys doing? And we're like, yeah, he's like, you guys should have came at 5 a.m. That's the coolest part of the day. And I'm like, see guys, let's go. And they're like, no, let's do it. And I'm like, bro, you guys are all right, whatever, let's go. And then he's like, so how's your water? We all have like little 16-ounce bottles of water. He's like, no, not the water you had now, the water you drank last night. And I was like, bro, I fought last night. He's like, oh, dude, yeah, you guys, you don't know what you guys are in for. I'm like, all right. But I mean,
that is absolutely insane. So are you resting now, or are you already back in the gym?
No, I'm literally back in the gym. I just train right now. For me, like I'm one of those guys that I'll take a couple of days off, but I'm not like training hard, but it's like drilling. It's for me. I like to evolve after every fight, try to learn new stuff. And then a couple of my guys are fighting. Ignacio Bahamondes just got to fight, so I got to get back in the gym with him. That's the thing about us. We're a small gym, so we all got to have each other's back right away.
That's awesome. And I know initially you said the idea was to fight either Leon Edwards or Colby Covington, whoever didn't get the title fight. I guess we still don't know that right now, although Dana White came out and said, Colby's still the number one contender. So does that leave you a fight with Leon Edwards? Does that still seem to be the right play for you, or are you seeing other avenues out there.
Honestly, like that's if you're seeing what makes sense, that makes the most sense out of everything because everybody else is booked. But people want to be butthurt and cry and think that I'm just salty or whatever. But I'm like, yo, if Colby gets to fight, what is Leon gonna do? He's gonna sit out another 6 to 8 months. Like you just had a whole year and a half off. Like, do you want to get paid? Like the point of this is to get paid. So why not take this fight? If I'm such an easy fight, easy payday, you keeps you active, keeps you fresh. Like for him, the worst thing that could happen to him was the way that whole Nate Diaz fight happened. Like if you went in there, pulled the Masvidal on him, killed him, murdered him. All right, well, Dana White has to give you the title fight. But you went out there, you played it a little bit safe, you dominated it, but then that last 30 seconds, the worst thing possible happened to you, and you got rocked. And now every single fan out there, you're not like you could have stole all of his fans, but you didn't. Now all of his fans are like, well, Nate, the Diaz brothers, bro, give us one more round, give us 6 rounds, give us 8 rounds. You would have got killed in a street fight. And like you probably lost more fans than you gained in that one just because of the way that fight happened. And you didn't earn yourself a title fight. So now, like, for me, I'm hoping that Wonder Boy goes out there, has a great performance, because I think Wonder Boy is one of those guys that he's a fresh blood, deserves a title shot. He's one of those guys that has a big name. So if he goes out there and does something great with Gilbert, I think he could earn himself a title fight, because I still don't understand why Colby's getting this title fight. Yeah, it was a great fight, but you got your jaw broken, and you've been sitting on the sidelines ever since that fight. Usman fought 3 times since that fight, and you're just sitting down. So, and it's not like you're a huge pay-per-view draw. It's not like if I'm Usman, I'm like, yeah, let me get that Colby fight. I'm going to get 800,000 pay-per-views. Like the first one did 200,000 pay-per-views. So it's not like you're going to make a big payday with that one regardless. And it's a tough fight.
That's interesting. So you think Wonder Boy, if he comes in and turns in a great performance next month, you think he can jump the line in front of everybody and should jump the line?
Yeah. To me, with the guys he beat, he's beating these fresh contenders. He's not afraid to fight the up-and-comers, Jeff Neal, Luque. Like, he's not afraid to fight. That's what I like about Wonder Boy. And now he's going against Gilbert Burns, who just fought for the title. So, it's like, I think he deserves it more than any of these guys.
That's interesting. I think fans might like that as well. Like you said, a fresh name in there. All right, so let's say that does happen. Let's say that scenario plays out and Wonder Boy jumps the line. Now you got Leon or Colby. You get to make a choice.
Exactly. I think Colby would make the most sense with that.
Okay, so it's Colby, not Leon. I was wondering if maybe that the history there made you say, I want that one.
Man, I've been calling out Colby since I fought in Australia against Tip Mays. I always wanted to fight Colby Covington. And like I with this last fight showing that I can defend a takedown, it shows people that it'll be a great matchup. It'll be a fun matchup to see what happens with it. If Colby can't get a takedown, what's he going to do?
That's interesting. So really, that's kind of the fight you want more than any of them.
Yeah, I want Colby more than anybody. Like the hatred I have for that guy is levels above Leon. Like, of course, I want Leon back just because of the way that one ended, but Colby's still a level above him.
I think everybody feels that way about Colby, right? That's awesome. So what do you think? The Leon Edwards fight, though, do you think the rematch has to happen at some point? I mean, do you feel like your careers just have to come back and meet at some point?
Yeah, I feel like it has to happen just the way that fight ended. And for me, like right now, if Colby does get it, like it should be me against Leon. Leon's not, like, I won 9 of my last 10. He's on a 10-fight winning streak. Who has he really beaten? You beat a 55er Dos Anjos. You beat a 55er in Cerrone. You beat a 55er in Nate Diaz. You haven't beaten any 170-pounders that are ranked except for Luque, but that was a while back. Luque's been on a tear since then. So, like, you haven't really beat a top contender. So you thinking this, oh, well, I'm number 3. I don't deserve to fight him. He's number 9. I'm going to keep moving up regardless. And if you want to just keep waiting on the sidelines and not fighting, not getting any paychecks, like, you're only making yourself look bad. And there's really nobody else for him to fight right now. Like, you got Luque fighting Chiesa, that's 5-6. You got Wonder Boy fighting Gilbert, and there's nobody else out there for him to fight right now. And this one makes the most sense. There's a history behind it. It's something that could be another main event. Build it up again, and it'll be fun.
You know, the great thing about this, Belal, is all these names that you're throwing out there, there's logic behind all of them, and they're all big names. I mean, does this feel like an exciting time for you? Like, it's not like you're just reaching out there. You know, sometimes you follow the game. You know, sometimes people call people out, and you're like, bro, why'd you even say that name? You know that fight's not going to happen right now. But you're talking about all real possibilities with real established names in the sport. It's got to feel like an exciting time for you.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I said, once I got into the rankings, now it's fun. Now it's like, all right, now I'm moving myself up. Now I just beat number 9, Maya, who the only guys who beat him fought for the title. So now it's like, all right, now the way I'm explaining it, if you really listen to it, like fans right now, probably you're gonna make a post right now. Belal calls out Leon Edwards. Fans, oh no, Leon's gonna kill him, yada yada yada. But listen to my reasoning behind it. If you listen to my explanations, it makes sense. Like I'm selling it, and it's not like I'm selling it like you said. It's like I'm not calling something crazy, outlandish stuff. Like yo, let me get Francis Ngannou. I'm calling fights that make sense. And if you really think about the details of the stuff, like it all makes sense.
That's awesome, man. So talk to me about the timeline. We know the names that are out there that make sense. Talk to me about the timeline. I think, didn't you have a mission trip coming up or something along those lines? When are you looking to fight again?
I had a mission trip before. It was supposed to be literally before this fight. So I'm hoping to get something soon. They ended up going to Ethiopia again. So hopefully they'll let me know when they go again. But honestly, I literally hit up Ali. I'm like, yo, if they don't got a main event for July 17th, I'm ready. I ain't got no injuries. So I was like, just tell Leon, yo, you didn't really take no injuries in that fight. Let's do it. But I doubt he'll take that. But other than that, like hopefully September, October, especially if I get that Leon fight, make it a full camp, 5-rounder, September, October. Like I'm ready. Like I said, I'm back in the gym already. I got guys fighting in August, so I'm gonna be in shape, ready to go no matter what. And like I said, there's 170 fights coming up, so like I'll be willing to step up too if something happens with those.
Very nice. Well, a lot of big opportunities on the table, and then I guess big picture, you see 2022, is that the final run to the title right there? I mean, you beat one of these names you're talking about right now, you got to be, what, 1-2 fights away at most?
Exactly, yeah. But especially if I get like a Leon or a Colby next, like the next fight after that should be for the title. So, and like you said, like it's not really out of this world where, like I said, I won 9 of my last 10. So I'm up there with these guys, and beating a guy like Damian Maia, that just cements me as, yo, this guy's a contender.
Very nice, man. Well, big things on the rise. And I guess more important than any of that, though, remember the show, right? You got to get a plug in there for that. I mean, what do we got coming up on Remember the Show?
Thanks, bro. Yeah, dude, I'm sliding into DMs, man. I almost had Woodley against Asker. That would have been a perfect one, but that was like the same day as Woodley's press conference because he messaged me like, yeah, I'll let you know. I was like, what do you mean you can't let me know? I gotta make a schedule. And then I forgot like it was literally the same day as the Jake Paul one. So I'm hoping I'll get Woodley on there, and if DC finally opens up his DMs, I'll get him against DC. So that'd be cool. That's the hardest part. Like people think, oh man, how did he get this guy? Or how did he get this guy? Oh, he got Ali as his manager. I'm like, bro, I'm sliding into DMs. I'm sitting there freaking messaging guys, poking these guys on Facebook. Like I'm doing it all.
That's awesome, man. Hey, you mentioned Woodley. What do you think about it? What do you think about his chances in this boxing match? And this is all crazy. Sometimes I don't really know how to break these things down. Sometimes I don't know who's bringing what to the table.
Man, honestly, like for me, it's gonna be great for Woodley because, yeah, you could say, oh, he hasn't won an MMA fight in a while, but like look at the guys he's fought. He's fought the best of the best, and then a lot of the guys he lost to before that were all like grapplers and wrestlers, so he had to sit there and worry about wrestling. And Woodley's a huge guy. So I think they're fighting at 190. So if he doesn't have to cut weight, he's going to have that power. Doesn't have to worry about kicks or anything like that. And for me, I don't think it's one of those where it's like he's not doing it just for this one fight, get a big payday and walk away. I think he wants to continue fighting. So like he knows he has to perform with this one. So he gets another big fight after that, another big fight after that. Like you saw with Anderson Silva, he just beat Chavez Jr. And now it's like, yo, all right, now he can fight Roy Jones or Mike Tyson. And that's even another huge payday. So like for Woodley, if he wants to be smart, he knows he has to train hard for this fight, especially training with Mayweather and all these guys. Woodley got hands, man. And he doesn't have, with 8-ounce gloves. Like, I don't think Paul's really going to have that one punch knockout power against a guy like Woodley. So to me, I think Woodley going to end up knocking him out, but like maybe second or third round, because Paul is talented. Like, he's not a scrub. And he does have a little bit of hands, and obviously he has money, so he could get great training partners and stuff like that. Like, I don't think he's fake, but I just think Woodley's going to be too much.
Yeah, I like Woodley's chances a lot there too. You mentioned Anderson. How good did that feel? Did you, were you like me? You kind of took some pride, like we finally got one.
Yeah, exactly, man. But like that Chavez Jr., he's such a. If I'm his dad, I'm looking at him shaking my head. I'm like, bro, like he's that kid that, like his dad, he's probably only boxing just because his dad made him box. Like even when he was coming up, like you used to watch him fight, you're like, bro, this guy doesn't take fighting seriously. But I'm just glad that Anderson went out there. He went old school Anderson, dropping his hands and showed that, yo, hey, all right, MMA does have some boxers.
That's awesome, man. It was fun to see. It was like that old school Anderson in there in the ring. And, yeah, to get well, I guess he might fight again, but to get a send-off like that versus a send-off in the Apex with no fans, I mean, he deserves that. He's a legend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to have that Anderson Silva with fans and like that. That was amazing, honestly. And it was like you said, it went back to old school Anderson, and it was just amazing, like so cool to see because like he was that guy that everybody when you're watching UFC, that was that guy that got everybody into UFC.
Yeah, there's a generation of fans that are new that probably don't realize. I mean, that guy was unbeatable at one point in time. I know they just saw the tail end of his career, but you're right, man. The generation ago, that was a dude that was just, you didn't know how anybody was ever going to beat him.
Yeah, literally, it's funny because my brother's like, "Hey, did you know Anderson Silva about Daniel Maia?" And then like he watched that fight and he was like, "That was not a good fight." And I was like, "Bro," because that was Anderson Silva when he's at his best of the best. That was when he's knocking everybody else on. But like Daniel Maia is one of those scary guys where you're like, "Yo, you can't mess around with him." So I'm like, "Dude, you can't play around with Daniel Maia." So like, even with a guy like that, Anderson Silva when he was in his prime, that he respected Daniel Maia that much, not to mess around on the ground or anything with him. It just shows how good Daniel Maia is.
It's funny. We were interviewing Damian at media day before your guys' fight. He started talking about that fight a little bit, what the mindset. I could have sat there and probably talked to him for like an hour, talking about what was going through his head during that fight, how crazy it was, but we had to let him go. But it was interesting to hear all the history and that sort of stuff. Well, listen, man, I've taken enough time of yours, Belal. I appreciate it, man. Just want to say congratulations. Find out what's next. I guess. Heck, maybe we'll see you here back in Las Vegas in the main event in what about 3 or 4 weeks?
Yeah, hopefully, bro. Appreciate you, man.